Plot summary of the Love Prescription. 7 Days to More Intimacy Connection and Joy by John Gottman and Julie Schwartz Gottman, PhD. Introduction. The Science of Love. The Love Prescription is a nonfiction relationship guide rather than a traditional novel. Authored by the renowned duo John Gottman and Julie Schwartz Gottman, who have spent over 4 decades studying intimate relationships, the book draws on scientific research to offer couples practical one-week roadmap to improving their relationships. The premise of the book is refreshingly simple and grounded in empirical evidence, using data collected from the famous Love Lab at the University of Washington, where the Gottmans have observed and analyzed thousands of couples. The book asserts that small, intentional changes can transform relationships. Rather than overhauling your life or undergoing extensive therapy, the Love Prescription posits that just 7 days of focused effort, each with specific research-backed tasks, can rekindle intimacy, improve communication, and restore joy. The central thesis: happy relationships aren't the result of grand romantic gestures, but rather the consistent application of micro-habits rooted in kindness, curiosity, and appreciation. Day 1. Make contact. The first day focuses on the power of bids for connection. Small moments when one partner reaches out for attention, affection, or affirmation. According to the Gottmans' research, how couples respond to these bids by turning towards, turning away, or turning against is a major predictor of the relationship's health. Key aspects: turning toward bid, even in small ways, builds emotional trust. Examples: replying to partner, comment with interest, sharing, smile, or simply saying, "Tell me more." Exercises include tracking and increasing positive responses to your partner's bids. This section highlights the magic of small things, even seemingly insignificant interactions, like commenting on the weather, or opportunities to build emotional intimacy. Day 2. Ask a big question. The second prescription deepens emotional intimacy by promoting open-ended conversations. Rather than surface-level talk, this day encourages couples to explore each other's inner worlds through meaningful questions. Key aspects: questions like, what's something you've always wanted to do, or what's been weighing on your mind lately? Open emotional gateways. The goal is curiosity without problem-solving. Time to listen and learn, not fix or advise. The Gottmans call this building love map, knowing your partner's history, dreams, worries, and goals. This step moves couples beyond logistics and into empathetic engagement, emphasizing emotional safety and authentic interest. Day 3. Say thank you. Gratitude, the Gottmans argue, is an underused but transformative force in long-term relationships. Day 3 focuses on appreciation and admiration, countering the brain's negativity bias by consciously highlighting the good. Key aspects: compliments, thank yous, and affirmations are essential nutrients in the emotional diet of relationship. Partners are encouraged to share 3 specific things they appreciate about each other. Aim is to cultivate a culture of appreciation which buffers the relationship against future conflict. This day brings warmth and positivity to the forefront, reinforcing the belief that partners are on the same team. Day 4. Give a real compliment. This task builds upon Day 3 by refining the art of expressing genuine admiration. While Day 3 focuses on noticing and acknowledging, Day 4 is about verbalizing your respect in detail. Key aspects: real compliments go beyond flattery. They're tied to values and behaviors. For example, I admire how thoughtful you were with your sister yesterday. It reminded me of your kindness. The focus is on sincerity, specificity, and emotional resonance. The Gottmans emphasize that real compliments build emotional bank accounts, creating reserves of goodwill that help couples weather difficult moments. Day 5. Ask for what you need. Here, the tone shifts to communication and conflict resolution. Many couples struggle not because they argue, but because they don't know how to ask for support or express needs clearly and kindly. Key aspects: couples are taught the difference between harsh startup, "you never listen to me," and soft startup, "I'm feeling overwhelmed and could use a little help." This day focuses on self-awareness and assertiveness with aggression, scripts, and sentence frames, e.g., "I feel about and I need," to help couples communicate better. The Gottmans teach that gentle honesty leads to connection, whereas criticism and contempt shut it down. This is a crucial lesson in building healthy boundaries and emotional clarity. Day 6. Reach out and touch. Now the focus turns to physical intimacy. Not necessarily sex, but non-sexual affection that promotes closeness and trust. Key aspects: hand-holding, hugging, sitting close on the couch. These small acts activate oxytocin, the love hormone. Couples are invited to touch more intentionally, whether through back rub, kiss, or resting hand on shoulder. Touch is framed as reassurance of connection, not an obligation. Day is about rebuilding the body-based language of love. Physical touch becomes bridge when words falter, especially in long-term relationships. Day 7, Clara Date Night. The final prescription is about ritualizing connection. Couples are encouraged to set aside time, regularly and intentionally, to focus on their relationship, key aspects. The idea isn't fancy or expensive dates, but dedicated time for joy, play, and presence. List of meaningful questions and activities helps couples rediscover shared interests. Rituals of connection like weekly walk, shared tea, or bed routine create predictable moments of closeness. This day is about sustaining the gains made during the week and building habits that last. The Gottmans stress that thriving relationships don't happen by accident. They're built with intention. Core concepts woven throughout the book. 1. The sound relationship house. While not day on its own, the Gottmans' concept of the sound relationship house is foundational. It's modeled with the following layers. Build love map, share fondness and admiration, turn toward instead of away, maintain positive perspective, manage conflict, make life dreams come true, create shared meaning. Each day of the 7-day prescription connects to one or more levels of house, reinforcing the architecture of strong relationship. 2. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The Gottmans also reference their theory about the 4 destructive communication styles that predict divorce with over 90% accuracy. Criticism, contempt, defensiveness. Stone 1. By contrast, the 7-day plan is an antidote to these toxic behaviors. For example, saying thank you helps replace contempt with appreciation. Asking for what you need directly minimizes defensiveness. And Stone 1. Practicing open-ended conversation helps eliminate criticism. 3. Small things often. One of the most quoted phrases in the book is this: small things often. Rather than waiting for major anniversaries, dramatic apologies, or vacations to fix relationship, couples are taught that consistency in small gestures is what nourishes long-term love. Real-life examples and stories. Throughout the book, the Gottmans include case studies and stories of couples, both thriving and struggling. These vignettes help readers see the relevance and applicability of each day's task. Couple rebuilding trust after infidelity begins by asking each other big questions. A pair with young children finds renewed affection simply by increasing their physical touch. Partners stuck in cycles of resentment heal through expressions of gratitude. These real-life scenarios lend emotional weight and human texture to the clinical research, scientific validity, and accessibility. One of the strengths of the love prescription is its credibility. The Gottmans back every suggestion with decades of research, yet they present their findings in conversational, accessible style. There's also deliberate effort to make the book inclusive with examples from heterosexual and same-sex couples, culturally diverse pairs, and at various stages of relationship, newly dating, married for decades, etc. Final takeaways. At its heart, the love prescription delivers hopeful, affirming message. Most couples don't need total overhaul. They just need to remember how to reach for each other. The 7-day plan works because it emphasizes action over theory, encourages connection over correction, builds positive cycles that replace old patterns. By the end of the week, couples commit to the exercises often report more laughter and affection, greater empathy and openness, renewed sense of emotional safety. The Gottmans don't promise fairy tale ending or the elimination of all conflict, but they do promise that with intentional effort, grounded in science and love, couples can dramatically increase their intimacy, connection, and joy in just 7 days.